Welcome to a new exploration of Buddhism. Today we dive deep into a central concept, the three poisons: greed, hatred, and delusion. Buddhism, at its core, isn't just a religion, it's a philosophy, a way of life. A life guided by principles that aim to alleviate suffering and lead us towards a path of enlightenment. It doesn't beckon us to believe in divine beings or ceremonial rituals, but invites us to understand the nature of our existence, our minds, and our place in the universe. Now, as we embark on this journey of understanding, let's focus on one of the pivotal teachings of Buddhism, the three poisons. These aren't physical toxins that we consume, but rather mental toxins that consume us: greed, hatred, and delusion. They are considered the root of all evil, the source of all suffering in the world. Greed, in this context, isn't just about wanting more material possessions. It's an insatiable desire, a thirst that can never be quenched. It's the relentless pursuit of satisfaction that never seems to come. Hatred, on the other hand, is an intense aversion, a burning anger that blinds us. It's a fire that consumes our peace and happiness, leaving only destruction in its wake. And then, there's delusion, the most deceptive of them all. It's the veil that distorts our perception of reality, leading us astray from the path of enlightenment. These poisons infiltrate our minds, cloud our judgment, and lead us towards suffering. But just as a doctor diagnoses an illness before prescribing a cure, so too must we identify these poisons within us before we can begin to heal. Understanding these poisons forms the basis of our journey to inner peace and enlightenment. As we delve deeper into each of these poisons in the coming sections, we'll uncover ways to recognize, confront, and overcome them. So, are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's take the first step together. Understanding these poisons forms the basis of our journey to inner peace and enlightenment. The first poison we tackle today is greed, also known as desire or attachment in Buddhism. In its simplest form, greed is an insatiable longing for something more, something better, something we don't yet possess. It's that nagging feeling that says, if only I had this, then I would finally be happy. But here's the catch. The this in question keeps changing, keeps growing. Today it might be a new car. Tomorrow it might be a bigger house. The next day it could be a more prestigious job. This constant craving is like trying to fill a bottomless pit. No matter how much we throw in, it's never enough. It's like trying to quench our thirst by drinking seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. This is because greed, by its very nature, is insatiable. But how does this greed manifest in everyday life? It can be as simple as wanting the last slice of pizza, even though you're already full. Or it can be as complex as manipulating others to climb the corporate ladder. Such intense desire grips the mind, creating a sense of urgency and anxiety. It's a state of constant unrest, a state of discontentment. It's like a cloud that obscures the sun of contentment, casting a shadow of dissatisfaction on our lives. In Buddhism, it's believed that this greed, this attachment, is the root cause of suffering. It creates a cycle of wanting, acquiring, and wanting more. This cycle is relentless and unending, leading to a state of perpetual dissatisfaction. For instance, think about a time when you really wanted something. Remember the anticipation, the excitement. But once you got it, did that happiness last? Or did you find yourself wanting something else, something more? That's the cycle of greed. Greed, as we see, is a trap that only leads to dissatisfaction and suffering. It's a poison that taints our mind, blinding us to the beauty of the present moment. It keeps us locked in a never-ending cycle of desire, preventing us from finding true peace and happiness. Greed, as we see, is a trap that only leads to dissatisfaction and suffering. Moving on to the second poison, hatred, or aversion, as it's often referred. In the grand tapestry of human emotions, hatred stands as a dark and disruptive thread. This poison, as Buddhism teaches, is not just a passionate dislike for someone or something. It's an intense aversion that manifests in different ways and, left unchecked, can consume us entirely. Imagine a garden, your mind, lush with thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Hatred is like a weed, sprouting unexpectedly and spreading rapidly. It overtakes the beautiful flowers of compassion and understanding, choking their growth and casting a shadow over the garden's harmony. But how does this weed of hatred grow? It often begins with a seed of discomfort or dissatisfaction, Perhaps someone has wronged you, or a situation doesn't align with your expectations. This discomfort turns into aversion, and aversion, if nurtured by negative thoughts, balloons into hatred. The destructive effects of hatred are far-reaching. On a personal level, it robs us of peace. It stirs up turmoil within us, making it impossible to find tranquility. It skews our perspective, painting everything with a broad brush of negativity. We become prisoners to our own resentment, trapped in a cycle of animosity and bitterness. On a larger scale, hatred disrupts the harmony of our relationships, communities, and even societies. It builds walls of misunderstanding, fuels conflicts, and prevents us from seeing the common thread of humanity that binds us all. But remember, no garden is ever lost to weeds. Just as a gardener pulls out weeds and plants seeds of beautiful flowers, we too can weed out hatred from our minds. The key lies in understanding, acceptance, and compassion. Understanding that people and situations are often not as we want them to be. Accepting this reality and letting go of our aversions, and replacing these aversions with compassion, empathy, and love. Hatred only breeds more negativity, taking us further away from peace. As we journey through life, let's strive to keep our gardens, our minds free from the poison of hatred. Let's tend to our minds with the soothing balm of understanding and compassion, cultivating a sanctuary of peace and harmony within. Finally, we come to the third poison, delusion, also known as ignorance in the realm of Buddhism. This elusive poison is often the most challenging to understand, yet it's the root of all suffering. It's like a veil that blinds us from the truth of life and reality. Delusion is the misunderstanding or the lack of understanding of how things truly are. It's the fog that obscures our view, making us believe in a distorted version of reality. We start to perceive things not as they are, but as we wish or fear them to be. This misperception leads us to act out of sync with reality, causing suffering for ourselves and others. Imagine delusion as a murky pond. When the water is cloudy, you can't see the rocks beneath the surface. You might trip, stub your toe, or even fall in. But if the water were clear, you could navigate the pond with ease. Similarly, when our minds are clouded with delusion, we stumble through life, tripping over obstacles we could have avoided had we seen the truth. Delusion not only distorts our view of the world, but also affects our self-perception. We construct idealized images of ourselves, clinging to these illusions, rather than accepting our genuine nature. We believe we are separate from the world around us, fostering a sense of isolation and disconnection. Moreover, delusion makes us believe that happiness can be found in transient, material things. We chase after possessions, status, and experiences, mistakenly believing they will bring us lasting joy. But in reality, such things are impermanent and cannot provide enduring happiness. In Buddhism, delusion is seen as the root cause of greed and hatred, the other two poisons. It's the fertile ground from which these harmful tendencies grow. But the good news is, by uprooting delusion, we can also eliminate greed and hatred, clearing the path towards enlightenment. Delusion keeps us shackled in the darkness of ignorance, blocking the path to enlightenment. But remember, enlightenment is not a destination, but a journey. It's a process of continual learning and unlearning, seeing and unseeing until we can perceive the world as it truly is, free from the fog of delusion. Now that we understand these poisons, how do we overcome them? The key lies in the core teachings of Buddhism itself. Mindfulness, wisdom, and compassion are our greatest tools in this endeavor. Let's start with mindfulness. By being fully present and aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions, we can identify when the poisons are creeping in. It's like being on guard, keeping a vigilant watch over our mind. Next, we turn to wisdom. Wisdom in Buddhism is not just about knowledge, but about understanding the true nature of things, seeing the interconnectedness and impermanence of all. As we cultivate this wisdom, we can see the futility of greed, the destructiveness of hatred, and the illusion of delusion. Finally, compassion. This is the antidote to all the poisons. By cultivating a genuine care for others, we counteract the self-centeredness that fuels the three poisons. By actively working to overcome these poisons, we can pave our way towards enlightenment and inner peace. In our journey through Buddhism, understanding and overcoming the three poisons is a crucial step. We've delved into the complexities of greed, hatred, and delusion, each a poison that can cloud our path to enlightenment. We've learned that greed, with its insatiable desire, can lead us astray. Hatred, with its roots in anger and fear, can cause us to harm others and ourselves. And delusion, the most subtle of the three, can distort our perceptions and lead us away from the truth. Overcoming these poisons isn't a one-time effort, but a continuous practice. It's about cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. It's about recognizing these poisons when they arise and skillfully letting them go. This understanding is not just an integral part of Buddhism, but a valuable lesson for life. Thank you for joining this exploration of the three poisons. May your journey towards enlightenment be filled with wisdom and peace.